Hello, everybody here in Arizona, and I'm here today for an inspection. Sac completely is that the highway, the 202 highway, has actually come around and cut underneath Ahwatukee and has now connected it on the west side as well. So it has made it a ton easier. It's no longer a cul-de-sac, but it's made it easier to get to the west side. So the houses have become even more in demand here. For those of you who follow real estate or are interested in it, currently Arizona and the Phoenix area in particular is the #1 fastest growing, hottest market in the country right now. We had about an 19% growth in our prices last year alone, and we have a ton of people moving into this area. I went to college here. I went to college here, I feel like in the Stone Ages, and so I've been through all of the different markets, and it hasn't had this level of growth since I was here back in the early 2000s. But today, as I'm here doing this inspection, I like to make sure, especially for my out-of-state buyers, that I show up for them. I always say I treat my buyers and sellers like family, and I put my money where my mouth is. So I would show up for my family, so I show up for my buyers. Thought I might give you guys a tour. While I'm here, I'm holding my laptop in front of me because it's the only way that YouTube is letting me do a live. So if I trip and fall more than usual, just feel free to laugh along with me. Hopefully this video won't cost me a new laptop, but if it gives you guys some cool insights into our market here, then it'll be worth it. So, all right, so let me show you. Here's the entry. I already showed you the neighborhood. I think you can see this behind me, right? Ooh, gorgeous palm trees. I'm gonna try not to fall. I don't think this has a camera on both sides, so I guess I'm gonna bring you like this. You can see it has beautiful shade. This is the desert landscaping. What they call xeriscaping with an X is when it's all desert. And then what often we'll do is add some more tropical feels, like the additional palm trees. Shade trees are key here. This is the gorgeous entryway. Beautiful big door, and it just feels like the lap of luxury to come into this home. Again, this home, purchase price was asking $800 even, and we won the bid in a bidding war, of course, right now for $843,000. We had to forego the inspection contingency waiver, which means no matter what the inspection found, we were buying the house anyway. And we also had to forego the appraisal contingency waiver, meaning no matter how much the loan was able to be, no matter how much the lender was willing to give them, they had to be willing to come up with a difference in cash to be able to purchase this home. That is happening all around the country right now. Guys, I listen to podcasts. I talk to other successful agents all around the country on a weekly and daily basis, and I keep track of what is necessary in this insane market right now to actually get people the houses that they want. So there's a lot of agents around that are putting 10 to 15 different bids in on different houses to be able to get their houses. I was fortunate. I'm going to show you the view that I have because it's way prettier than looking at just me. I was fortunate enough, maybe by technique, definitely by some grace, and maybe by some luck, I don't know, to be able to get these buyers this property. We did one day of touring. This was the one house that we put in an offer on. I negotiated the pants off of, and we ended up, and I made friends with the other agent, which is a key component and technique for negotiation, of course. I'm a bulldog, but I do it in a friendly way, so people actually want to work with me, which is a huge, success tool in this business. And anyway, so we were able to win out and actually get the clients this house, which in this particular market, when the average is 10 to 15, that we were able to get them their first house at a good price. Yes, it was over asking, but it wasn't insanely over asking, and actually secure them the home of their dreams. I'm really proud, and I'm really happy for them. It's an amazing school district. Highly coveted, super safe neighborhoods, really easy commute to anywhere in the Phoenix area. So, are you ready to see it? Okay, here we go. All right, gorgeous heavy door. And as we first enter, here's a bonus room on the left. Probably, could be made into a super formal dining if you really wanted, although that's actually the formal dining room. You could make it into a sitting area. You could make it into another little family room or living room, or turn it into an office or whatever. It has these gorgeous wood shutters that you can see all throughout, little nooks. What makes this home also so much more expensive and so much more luxurious than its counterparts, even right down the road, are really in the details. It's in the quality of the workmanship, the quality of materials. As you'll see as we go through, not only is it tile mostly throughout, there's some good quality carpet in the bedrooms, but the tile extends up the baseboards. So as you're running around, or your cleaning crew is running around with a vacuum, banging onto the walls over here, they're going to be hitting tile and not dinging up the wood and having to repaint it and all of that jazz. So these puppies here, the shutters are done throughout the home. They're fantastic for regulating light. If you're not in Arizona, you can open them as well. They're screens, they're sun screens to keep the sun out. Thankfully, this western facing side actually has a lot of shade. So you'll see the sunset. They will see the sunset through the shade, and it won't be beastly hot. Don't knock my head out on this low-hanging chandelier there. But you can see super high ceilings. Let's go. And the money shot, of course, as you first walk in. I don't know if I can focus this the way that I can with a camera. That is the yard. It looks blown out from here, so I'm not sure that you can see that tropical resort yard, but it is stunning. So let's come down this hallway. It's a split floor plan. So you're gonna see we have guest bedrooms, kitchen, other fun things down that way, and then we're doing the master bedroom this way. So let's go explore. All right, first we hit the guest bath in the hallway. Obviously super, it's like a bullnose wraparound granite on top of that countertop, extended mirrors, upgraded sconce up there with lighting and tile going all the way up, which is just gorgeous. There's obviously an entryway to the attic, as you can see, which is why my inspector is up there, because he's awesome and he looks at everything. There's little nooks for art. All right, here's the master. It is massive, and it looks out onto this amazing backyard. One of the first things that you'll see walking in is the entertainment system behind me. So some of you are going to think this is really cool. Throw in the comments what your thoughts are. Some of you are going to think that it looks wicked dated and that it should go back to 1999 from which it came. Either one of those options is totally fine. I have buyers that are doing and investors that are doing all of the above. So this particular buyer is looking forward to taking this out because his TV won't fit. So he's like, Hannah, my TV is like twice that size. What do I do? And here's the fun part. I could even come over on demolition day and help them because these puppies are really easy to knock out. Yes, it's like, it's not load bearing, but it is secure enough to hold your goodies, but easy enough to knock out because it's all hollow. So that's easy. Let me see if I can show you the view. There we go. All right, so this is the view from the master. Hallelujah, right? So you can see the barbecue over there. Let it focus. The barbecue over there. There is a prep sink. There is a cooler. There's a light for the barbecue. And then from your master, you are looking out at the pool, the golf course behind, which isn't currently a golf course. It's a long story. Hopefully it will be a golf course again soon. It's under negotiations. The carpet you see behind me has a couple of dings in it, but it is more of a commercial grade or like a hotel kind of grade. So they should be able to pop those dings out. Here is the master bath. It's all beautiful oversized tile, as you can see. The inspectors always run all the water. So I'm really tempted to jump in there because I love me a good bubble bath, but I'm not going to because it's actually full of water. So it has good high-end cabinetry. It has dual sinks. Obviously, the vanities that are all hardwood instead of that cheesy mirror. There is glass block, which these buyers actually were not in the glass block. They were like, Hannah, they look really bad in pictures. But then, and I agree, and then they showed up here and the wife was like, I don't mind it as much in person as I did in the pictures. She actually kind of has started to bond with them. Because as you can see behind me too, over the tub, it gives you privacy, but you get to keep all the light. So looking behind me, good thing he doesn't have these on anymore, is this gorgeous tiled shower that's a walk around. I'm glad you remember that, Ted. I would be the one that would turn that on and then completely forget about it.
Yeah, I can't.
Yeah, so good thing that's you. It's like me leaving brownies in the oven Never a good plan.
You learn in this business, especially ovens. I've lost sleep wondering if I turned an oven on.
If you turn the oven on.
That could be, burn a house down.
Yeah. Whoops.
Yeah, I traveled back to home like miles away to make sure.
Just to double check. Oh
yeah.
My gosh. I'd have to like set my phone alarm every time I turn something like that on to remind me, but yeah, Ted is my go-to inspector. If you guys are ever, in the area and want to have me help you buy a house, you would be lucky to get him. I have to beg, borrow, and steal to get my Ted here. Right, Ted?
That's right.
All right. He's the man. So one of the things that I love about this closet, folks, is this separation between the actual bathroom and like the hidden closet behind. It's not weird at all that I can see myself in this mirror in 3 ways, but I actually think it's a really cool feature because I don't know about you, but I like a little privacy. My husband's walking by, he's brushing teeth. There's just not that much sexy about like watching your spouse get ready in the morning. So what I love about this is that there's a little space. I don't know if you're getting dizzy or not. I'm sorry if you are. There's a little bit of storage space here, a good amount actually, and some storage space here. So in my world, and maybe in yours, that would be the guys section of the closet. And then, here we go, ladies, follow me. Then you come around the back, and this is my happy place. This is the section of the closet that is private. So you walk around back here. This is, the girls' zone where all your stuff gets to live. He doesn't get to see everything. He doesn't see you changing in the morning. There's natural light, so you can tell your navy blues from your blacks and not show up mismatched in the morning. And then you come out into this gorgeous master. There's obviously a private loo in here. And again, the tile is all throughout. It's just gorgeous. Super high doors. Oops, sorry. As I ran you over. So glad you're here. Thank you, sir. Let's see. Okay, so let's go to the other end of the house. Let me go backwards. I'm walking backwards. I feel like a flight attendant. This way, everyone. Or I'm at the zoo or something, right? So here's our entry. And when you come in from the entry, that is the view you see of that amazing resort backyard. So this time we're going to go beep, beep, beep. We're going to go the other direction. Here's another way to get to the kitchen. Let's check out the kitchen while we're here. Why not? So gorgeous walk-in pantry, as you would expect. Nice heavy-duty shelves. Goes way up. It's right in the kitchen space. Beautiful stainless steel, oversized fridge freezer. There's this really cute little half wall. I'll use that as a breakfast nook. It leads right out into the living room, obviously. Here's a huge island. Looking at that view, this is where the sink is, the underlights. It has the mirrored, beautiful tile accent there. He's got the dishwasher going to test that because your inspectors test everything, which is amazing. Can you guys see the view from there? I guess I won't know until after we're done watching the video. But man, to stand here and look out at that view is just stunning. What else to show you? Here's like an appliance cave or an appliance hider. There's all different words for that. But as someone who creates a ton of clutter but doesn't like clutter, that makes me so happy. I just love like having them available and accessible. You don't have to keep bringing your blender out and your toaster out, but you don't have to look at it all the time either. So obviously they have beautifully upgraded, like mosaic tiles there. This is a convection on the island, a convection stovetop, which means that it doesn't actually get hot to the touch unless there is a pan or a pot on it. It will sense the weight and then it will turn hot. Why is that important to you? Kids, of course, or me, going by. If your kids touch it while you're cooking, if there's not an actual pot on it, it won't get hot and it won't burn anywhere outside of where the actual pan is or pot is. It's pretty extraordinary. So this might look like a double oven, but it is actually an oven here and a microwave there, very built in. I love that. I think all of us in college remember those really ugly microwaves that are sitting on your counter, taking up counter space, and that one doesn't. So this isn't a full-on butler's pantry, but it isn't. It's off the kitchen for either preparation if you're hosting, entertaining, or if you want to like move your coffee bar. Sometimes I'll set up an oatmeal bar, like a breakfast bar, cereal, whatever for my kids. And I just line out the stuff. Like I'll bring out a pot of oatmeal and then have all the toppings lined out so they can help themselves. Or maybe do cereal lined up or something to like separate between spaces. So I think that's a cool little space. Here's the laundry room right off of the garage. So you walk it in past this really cool digital, every home now in the luxury market has to be smart home. So it has the washer dryer, the pull down, iron. I haven't lost the word for it because you're never going to see me ironing people clothing than I do. That is a great place. It has a prep sink in here, has gorgeous tile, it wraps around, pretty awesome. Tall doors. Oh, and the skylights. Yeah, love that. So check that skylight out. There's actually skylights throughout this hallway. These are called solar tubes. This one here, the square one, is sort of an older style skylight. I hope you can see that. There's a seal around that hopefully, you're not going to get leaks through. The more updated version of the skylight, or the more now commonly used in Arizona anyway, is a solar tube. So there's one here and there's one down there. And what that does is allows less leaking generally, so less fear of water damage coming in. And it has a mirrored inside that the light comes in through the roof. It only obviously works, if you have roof access, and it bounces all the way down with the mirrors and it lights the living daylight. Do you guys need me?
You gotta get
by me. All right, Hannah, get out of the way. Let the guys do their work. And it lights up this area in an amazing way. So there's very few lights on. Actually, we did turn the lights on, but even without the lights on, when we toured, before I flipped on all the lights, before we purchased, the house, this other one back here really, lit up the hallway and made a huge difference. So let's start with this guest bedroom over here. Just awesome. I mean, let's be honest, this isn't super huge. I don't know how far you guys can see. How far does my arm stretch? I mean, it's not a wickedly huge bedroom, but what makes it luxury, look at the ceiling. The tray ceiling is gorgeous. It has these super high, what are those? Probably 7 or 8 inch floorboards. It has this more commercial or hotel grade kind of carpet that the kids and guests aren't going to wear through. It has a beautiful closet with a built-in closet organizers. And here's something that I love. If I don't run into the wall, I love a Jack and Jill bathroom. Don't you? So it sounds, fancy or whatever, but a Jack and Jill bathroom is simply one that is connecting the two rooms. So you have guest room A, where we just were, guest room B, and connecting them is this clever little bathroom so that it's shared, but it's also private, so this cool happy medium. So obviously, upgraded everything, super high ceilings, gorgeous tiled bath. Can you see that behind me? People ask me all the time, what's the difference between a luxury in, the same neighborhood and one that's not luxury? So yes, this house sold for $840,000, which is higher than probably 98% of its neighbors. But as you go through and you actually look at the detail, then you can see why. And it justifies that additional price. So this super beautiful tile work with the built-in shelving, the stainless steel, everything. Again, the tile everywhere that goes up into the baseboards. It's the money's in the details. The nice lamps. I'm starting to run out of words, guys. So we have ceiling fans, again, tray kind of ceilings, pop in, big closets. Pop in, that doesn't even make sense. Pop up. So a tray ceiling is going to be the one that goes up into the ceiling, and it gives you more headspace without having the fan drop down lower, which is cool. So here's guest bedroom number, what are we on? Number 3. And this one has the most amazing view. There's the backyard. So that's South Mountain, and we'll talk about it when we go out there again. South Mountain has an incredible amount of hiking trails and mountain biking trails, and it's just beautiful. And the sunset is going to be right over those mountains, and it will just light them up, and the sky is going to be incredible for sunset. You can see the built-in spa and the built-in fire pit with the sculptural details. And this bedroom has its own bath, which is called an ensuite when it's attached to the bedroom. You're learning all you have to do is have propane tanks delivered, and your fire pit here is propelled by propane. How cool is that? This spa is conveying or coming with the property. The difference for buyers, for you guys who are shopping, if a spa is not connected to the ground, then it will not convey unless you specifically negotiate for it. Because this one is attached with all this beautiful stonework, it will convey with your property. So let's see, what else do you want to know about this? This is just so much amazing stonework. You can tell all of these pavers. Can you see these pavers underneath me? There's thousands and thousands of dollars in pavers in this backyard. Every one of these little enclaves of tropical trees has an uplight. I don't know if you can tell. You can see them. They're all irrigated and on timers, so they will be watering themselves. And your landscaper comes in and periodically by season will change what the settings are on the automated watering system, drip system. So you don't have to come out and do hoses and spray your space. You're going to see more lights. Again, I like to show you the difference between a luxury price point with a square footage versus a regular price point at a square footage. And these are the kind of details that make it luxury, because it would be a ton of money to come in afterwards, obviously, and install all of the lighting in each of the little vignettes. If you wanted to do the landscaping like it is with all the tropical stuff, I'm going to try not to drop my laptop into the pool. But you can tell a couple of palm fronds fell into the pool. I didn't clean them before this video because I'm giving you the au natural. You can see the water feature and palm trees. And then these are called bougainvillea. Don't you love those? That is like my favorite fuchsia color in the world. And they bloom in the spring. So there's always this beautiful pop of color that you're going to see when there's bougainvilleas around. Here's the built-in barbecue. It's a Vermont Castings. Who's from Vermont? Any of my Vermont people in the house? I'm a fourth generation Vermonter, and I'm never moving back there, but that's where I'm from. So Vermont Castings is a super high quality, very high-end stainless steel barbecue manufacturer there. And it's cool to see them in luxury homes in Arizona too. But there's a built-in light that has electric that runs. You're not going to be, flipping out batteries. You're not relying on solar. That's all wired. There's water plumbed. You got your prep sink out here, the fridge to keep all your beverages nice and cool when you're entertaining. And then again, what's something really cool here? Beautiful gate, obviously. Something really cool is they've added a couple of these extra propane tanks again, right? So when you look at houses like this, there's always something that you're like, what is that thing for? Why did they do that? Well, these propane tanks go on this side of the house directly to that barbecue, man. So you are not hauling propane tanks from Lowe's or from Home Depot or Ace Hardware or whatever anymore. No, ma'am. No, sir. No more hauling. You get all 4 tanks, the 2 on this side and the 2 on the other side for your fire feature. You have them brought in by truck. So you'll see behind me, there's the RV gate you saw from the entrance. We're now on the north side of the house, which is why I'm standing in the shade. I'm going to take a breath. I tend to do these videos like all in one breath. I need to slow down. Here's one of the AC units. It's a dual zone AC, which means that there's going to be one AC for the north side of the house and one for the other half. Awesome, awesome, awesome features about that one. Obviously, if one goes bad, then that side of the house gets hot, but the other side of the house is still working. The other thing is that when you have 2 AC units that are both the right size, your AC units aren't going to be working as hard. You don't want one doing the whole house. If you can avoid that, having 2 is better because then, the wear and tear is less. Here's the pool stuff. Here's the less sexy guts of the house. What makes it work, right? But you could keep your RV here. You could work on your sports car back there. You could keep your dogs back there. You can do whatever you want in that beautiful area. And then, right? Isn't that incredible? So, yeah, what else is there to show you about this amazing home? If there's any questions, pop them in the comments. I will try to answer them. But this is Ahwatukee living up against the foothills. This is what $840,000 buys you in today's market. You have to do it as of today with a buyer inspection contingency waiver and a buyer appraisal contingency waiver. If you want to know what those things are, go back and watch this video again or shoot me a message. I'm also on Instagram at Arizona Dream Living. I'm on Facebook at Arizona Dream Living. And I have now this YouTube station for my team that does East Valley real estate here in the greater Phoenix area. And I would love to help you out. So that is it for me. Thank you guys. I hope you enjoyed the tour. I was glad to have you, and make it an awesome day. God bless.